97.1 The Eagle Live. It's sold out. BFD 2018. Thank you, God bless, for selling out. This is the biggest show the Eagles ever done ever. The biggest one we've ever done. Before we added I Prevail to the bill, we sold like 63 tickets.
Definitely.
So, thank y'all. Good set.
Thank
Man,
you.
it was great to meet you guys. I got to bring you on stage a little bit earlier. So tell me about the big inflatable beasts that are up there.
Those are actually Steve's hands.
Yeah, to scale.
Yeah.
To scale. And then you might be thinking, well, why would you put knuckle tattoos on a skeleton? But we're not accepting questions.
Yeah, a lot of bone chipping going on with that kind of ink, as you would call it. So, you guys come from the Detroit area, and late tonight you're headed back that way. Have you been out? It sounds like you're going home.
Yeah, this tour has been kind of weird because we do like some festivals on the weekend, and then we get to go home, and Steve does a lot of really awesome work, and then Eric and I play Fortnite all day every day. So
Fortnite.
Oh yeah.
Nice. What do you guys do to pass the time on the bus? You got video games on there too?
Same answer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Rocket League,
Fortnite.
See, the problem is in festivals, it's like the service just shuts down. I'm sure we all know. And it's just like you are trapped in a box.
Yeah.
Nothing but 13 guys breathing,
Oh God.
talking about our feelings and stuff.
All sorts of air and gases
Oh,
being
yeah.
released, I can imagine.
Yeah.
How about inspiration for, like, you guys do such a great job of writing songs, don't they? I really have a lot of respect for any band that can do two things at the same time. They can rock out really hard, and at the same time, they manage to tug at our heartstrings. And that's a really hard combo platter to get into one song, you know? You guys do great with that. So as far as how much travel you're doing, is it impossible to get inspired to write music like that when you're busy focusing on getting through the travel, or is that sort of the place where it happens?
I think we just found that we got done making Lifelines and we were like pretty overwhelmed by that process. It took pretty much our heart and soul, and then we're like, man, how are we ever gonna make another record, you know? And then we just toured for like 2 years straight, and like kind of towards the end we could just feel like we started feeling like we were craving just that next chapter, and we felt like we had a lot to say. But it is definitely hard to write on the road. It's something that some bands do, some bands don't. I mean, we dabble in it, but we're best in our dual screen action at home.
In our basement.
So what's it like when you guys are trying to wrap your head around creating new songs? Like, I know 30 Seconds to Mars went out of the California desert for weeks and created out there. Is there an environment, or is there a setting where you guys can kind of escape to do that? Because there's a lot of feels in what you guys do. There's a lot of emotion in I Prevail music.
We kind of like ride the seasons out. So we like started writing this winter, and it was like brutally cold and desolate, and really
Michigan
brought out
especially.
our dark, aggressive side. And now it's all nice and spring, and then we're like, oh yeah, maybe we'll write a ballad or something.
Happy music.
waiting for one of us to get dumped.
We've written in LA before, so we've traveled a little bit and we've kind of collaborated and stuff. So we try to mix it. There's no formula, It's just kind of like we really try we try to stay out of that mindset. Like there's some magical formula that one day we're just gonna find, Because I think some songs start with a riff, some start with a lyric, some start with a progression of some kind. So it's that elusive process that everyone's trying to.
Right. We had one band up here earlier, the Blue Stones, who played first, and they're from the Windsor area, not too far from Detroit. So we were talking about a lot of the music culture that comes from that area, and just basically, like, what is some of the stuff that you guys kind of grew up from that came from sort of your own spot in the world up there in the Detroit area? Are there bands from that area that inspired you to kind of mold yourselves into what is a very original band, but are there ones from the area that kind of shaped and molded you guys from the Detroit area?
We Came as Romans.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever heard of that.
We Came as Romans,
Yeah,
nice.
good friends of ours. That was a band that I watched growing up a lot. They're being from Metro Detroit area.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's go through a list right now. There's a lot of them.
Bob Seger, obviously.
Hit
Yeah.
rock.
Seeger.
Bob with the Bob, baby.
Bob was going to retire and then came back, wrote a new record, went on the road, hurt his back, took a break, went back out on the freaking road again. He's a badass. Like, I'm trying to think Detroit bands. I'm thinking MC5.
Oh Oh yeah.
That was like a big one
My
for
dad
me.
would for sure, rock that out. Yeah.
Uncle Cracker, he's up there.
Cracker.
Yeah.
And Kid
Jack
Rock.
White, the White Stripes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, White Stripes from up there too, and the Blue Stones are also a two-man band too, so I had to bring that one up right away as well. And as far as like sound check, I know can sometimes be a spot where it's almost like rehearsal for a lot of you guys who travel a lot too. So, are there pieces of songs that are coming together when you guys sound check and noodle around?
I mean, if you guys know the song "Come and Get It," that started as a riff. Just, I think you guys are screwing around with a riff during sound check, and we're like, "Oh, that's cool. Let's hold on to that." Pull out the phone and like record it over the speaker. Like, all right, cool. Let's take it back to the studio and turn it into "Come and Get It." So.
Tom Morello carries an old, just dirt old, handheld micro cassette recorder, and when we watched him sound check with Audio Slave, and just sets it on his half stack. When he has a riff idea, I don't know how in the world he gets the actual sound instead of.
Yeah.
But he does it, and that's how he saves all of his riff ideas that they do during sound check too.
That's pretty cool.
We're just we're really happy that you guys are here because we play the bejesus out of your music on 97.1 The Eagle. These guys request the bejesus out of your music. And we were especially excited to have you guys as a part of our show today. We are big fans here, and this is called Texas Love and Texas Enthusiasm. And there ain't nothing like it in the rest of the whole world. From here, it's at least a little bit downhill as far as enthusiasm for music goes, I guarantee you. So we wish you guys safe travels tonight, and thank you for an incredible set today. Give them a round of applause for their show.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for playing us and supporting us. And thank you guys so much for rocking out with us. We'll be going home for a little bit, but we'll come back with new music. How about that?
Well, when you guys are bending over backwards to write songs that are so undefinable like you do, you deserve every bit of it. So we're happy to give it to you in Texas, man.
Thank you so much.
I Prevail! 97.1 Eagle at BFD, sold out!